It's been a year since the deadliest mass shooting in America at Pulse, an LGBTQ nightclub in Orlando, where gunman Omar Mateen killed 49 people with an assault rifle during the club's Latin night. Ricardo Negron and Patience Carter were there when it happened.
The gunshot, but initially I thought it was part of the music, but then everybody just hit the floor.
I just got shot. We're trapped in this bathroom with this man with a gun. My friends, are they okay? I look up. I asked Akyra, are you shot? She said, yeah, I got shot in my side.
Negron moved to Florida from Puerto Rico in 2015 and frequently went to Pulse to find his community. He was closing his tab when he heard gunshots.
Obviously, I didn't realize the magnitude of what was happening. I thought it was something outside. Everybody was obviously scared. I remember I went down on the floor and I had somebody on me because just about everybody who was there just kind of got down on the floor. So when the shootings stopped for a moment, people started going out that way, and at that moment I went out to the patio area.
While Pulse was significant for Negron because of its community, Patience Carter was on vacation with her friend Tiara Parker and her cousin Akyra Murray, who just graduated from high school.
We kind of danced the whole night away, like literally. And that sounds cliche, but we had the best time of our life. And then all of a sudden, you start hearing the gunshots going off.
At first, Carter and Murray exited the club. When they realized they couldn't find Parker, they went back in to look for her and rushed into the bathroom.
And then you hear his footsteps, the shooter's footsteps, walk into the bathroom. And then for a split moment, there's like a moment of silence, and then you just hear him blasting into the bathroom.
The stall was filled with other people trying to escape the attacker. Carter's leg was in excruciating pain. She was shot and her femur bone was shattered. Murray, the youngest victim killed in the attack, was shot in her side.
I look up, I see my friend Tiara holding her cousin across her lap. And then the guy, Richard, he's trying to calm us down. He was coherent enough to check her pulse, and he said she's fine, she has a pulse.
After 3 hours trapped in the bathroom, police blasted a hole into the wall to get people out of the club. Carter was in the hospital by the time she found out that Murray didn't survive.
I felt extremely guilty. I felt like it was my fault, and it wasn't until I spoke to her mother, Akyra's mother, and she told me, you know, you shouldn't feel guilty because if either one or you were inside, the two would have came back in for the other. We walked in together and we're going to leave together.
Carter's leg has healed, but 12 months later, she and Negron are still grappling with the aftermath of the attack.
As we're approaching this 1 year, what has really changed? Like, what progress have we made to make sure situations like Orlando doesn't happen again?
Even if I go out to have a nice time out, I'm very aware of where the exits. I try to avoid super crowded spaces.
Negron has become the director of Proyecto Somos Orlando, an organization that provides bilingual and culturally competent mental health resources for survivors.
And it's important to identify that it happened to the Latinx community within the LGBTQ community mostly, because it's important to identify the different needs to provide services to those who were affected.
Carter is finishing college at New York University. She credits another victim, 19-year-old Jason Josephat, for sacrificing his life to save her. He blocked her from gunfire in the Pulse bathroom.
I feel like my life has to do something. It has to give back something. It has to do something. And just understanding what happened in that situation, I just feel like I have to live for him. I have to live for Akyra. I have to live for everybody that didn't make it out of there.